Coping with MECFS, Chapter 8, Let Go of False Guilt. When you can no longer do what you used to, it's easy to feel guilty. Maybe you've had to leave your job or miss important family events. Perhaps you need help from loved ones, don't have the opportunity to be on your own, or can't play the same role in relationships that you once did. Please know that you don't deserve to feel guilty in any of these instances. True guilt can serve a purpose. It can remind you that you've done something you shouldn't, and motivate you to do the right thing instead. But that isn't the kind of guilt addressed in this chapter. The focus here is on false guilt. It's called that because you haven't done anything wrong. Since false guilt serves no useful purpose, it's beneficial to find ways to let go of it. Remember, you still have the capacity to love, and that's the greatest gift you can give to anyone. Maybe you can't attend all of the events you'd like or physically do things with loved ones, but you can still share your heart with them in other ways. 1. Catch guilty feelings as soon as you can and remind yourself that you haven't done anything wrong, so the guilt is undeserved. Imagine how freeing it would feel if you didn't carry false guilt. Work toward that. 2. Remind yourself that you deserve better than to feel false guilt. It isn't your fault that you can't do what you'd like. You're doing the best you can in the situation you're in. You deserve credit for that, not guilt. 3. Say no to feeling guilty over getting sick in the first place. You didn't choose this, and you couldn't have seen it coming. It absolutely is not your fault. If you have a hard time believing that, ask someone you trust to remind you. Embrace and repeat those words until you believe them. 4. Change your mindset. For example, being unrealistic about what you can accomplish in a day can trigger false guilt when you can't meet those goals. Adjust your expectations to what is realistic given your limitations. 5. Try not to feel guilty when you rest. By resting, you're actually doing something because you're giving your body what it needs. In its pain and fatigue, it's telling you to stop activity, and you're honoring that. 6. Consider that you don't have to apologize to others for not being able to do more. False guilt might prompt you to do that, but you can't help it that you can't do more. 7. Picture yourself getting rid of false guilt. Throw it off you, bury it, or talk back to it and tell it to take a hike, whichever is most effective for you. The point is to let it go so you can get out from under its effects on you. For long-time or deep-rooted false guilt, it might take several attempts to successfully release it. Let go as many times as it takes. Let go. L. Leave behind unreasonable expectations of yourself. Recognize what you realistically can do. E. Empty yourself of undeserved guilt. Feel the freedom of having that weight lifted. T. Treat yourself with grace. Cut yourself some slack when needed. G. Give yourself credit for doing your best. One's best is the most anyone can do. O. Opt for fairness instead of criticism of yourself. It isn't your fault you can't do more. From the free ebook Coping with MECFS, written and narrated by Laurie Glass,